right, coming up. And welcome back. An explosive new report shedding more light on the major problems with the veterans' health care. Despite a $60 billion yearly budget, the report finds the Veterans Health Administration needs, quote, system-wide reworking and is still plagued with inconsistent treatment for our veterans. So what's it going to take to fix the problems at the VA? CEO of Concerned Veterans for America and Fox News contributor Pete Hegseth joins us now with his take. Pete, great to see you this morning.
Good morning.
So Friday, we saw this report. What was your immediate reaction to this sweeping report?
Well, this is bulletproof evidence. This is an independent, but VA-funded, but independent assessment done by the RAND Corporation, McKinsey, outside consultants. They took a year-long look, visited 87 facilities, talked to thousands of employees, looked at all the paperwork, looked at the system, and their result was it doesn't work. It fundamentally doesn't work. Government-run single-payer health care not working for veterans. We've been talking about it, Concerned Vets for America. Whistleblowers have been saying it. Others have been saying it on Capitol Hill. But the VA and others have said, no, everything is fine. This is the silver bullet. This is the indication. It is detailed. It is thorough. It looked at every potential option, and it said the system needs fundamental overhaul. This should wake everybody up to the fact that what our vets have been getting so far isn't good enough. But we've got alternatives.
So who's to blame?
Well, who's to blame? First, it's the VA bureaucracy that just grows and grows. And the report talks a lot about middle management and bureaucracy growing out of control to the point where there's so many barriers between the patient and the doctor. And then you've got Washington, D.C., the politicians that just want to fund it over and over and over again. And then, frankly, outside veterans groups that haven't been aggressive about watchdogging it and instead have just been part of the same old in funding the VA no matter what without holding anybody accountable or giving veterans any real choice.
So you have a couple of takeaways here from this, and you mentioned one of them already, which was fundamental reform. What does that look like? What kind of reform do we need?
Well, our organization put out a report about a half year ago that said you'd make this entity, the VHA, the health delivery entity, an independent entity that can operate like a healthcare facility as opposed to a bureaucracy. I'm here in Minnesota. We have the Mayo Clinic. There's clinics like the Cleveland Clinic. They work well because they're medically run as opposed to bureaucratically run. You can create an entity for VHA that looks a lot like that. That's not what it looks like right now. There are a couple of other things from the report that I think are worth talking about. It validates the need for real choice. Real choice, not fake choice and a choice card, but give the veteran the option. The dollars follow veterans. It changes the entire way VHA works. And then the third one is, this is a really important one. VA's been saying for a long time that the care is really good inside. Veterans really love the care. Well, 6 in 10, at least, veterans prefer treatment in private care than to the VA because they don't get quality customer service, quality care at the VA. That's a damning assessment for VA because they've always said, hey, our care is good. It's just hard to get in. Turns out it's both hard to get in, and then when you get in there, it's not always good as vets think it is.
Wow, what a mess. And then meanwhile, this separate report also, Pete, found that 307,000 vets died while waiting for care.
Think about that, Clayton. 300,000, 900,000 waiting, 300,000 dead waiting for care. This is government-run health care, and until everybody figures it out, we figured it out. A lot of vets have figured it out because they can't access it. This should be a top-tier presidential campaign issue. We're working with policymakers to make it so because it's time to fix this right now. We know the problem. The time talking about it's done. It's time to fix it, and we're going to fight. We're going to fight for it.
Pete Hegseth, thanks for always staying out in front on this. We appreciate it.
You got it, Clayton. Thanks for having me.